Monday, a stream, as I meant to. Didn't start that off as smoothly as I wanted. Anyway, I'm back. We're finishing this. We've only got a couple of things to do. We got further, but it spawned me here, which, I mean, I'm okay with. But yeah, I am currently looking for moderators to, you know, share the stream, promote the channel.
Mom moved up to the loft after her brother's
So make sure you subscribe,
at the time,
put
it was
post
as far away
notifications on, and like, and I will, you know, see. Hang on, I'm just gonna put the stream on just in case anyone's, you know. Yeah, so I'm currently looking for moderators. So by moderators, I mean maybe 3. Yeah, 3 moderators. So how do
She
I
spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
It's lovely.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Oh.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
So this is where we got to last episode.
But it didn't last.
So let's carry on.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
No, I don't want to. Obviously gonna have to climb through a window.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Oh, we're gonna have to go through like a creepy door.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Right, shut the book. We're gonna have to go through some sort of secret door. I don't know why I'm getting that feeling. But we have boobs, which I'm happy about.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Ah, that's the magic door. Open it from the inside? No, we're back out the window. Let's
Whatever
climb
Milton
out.
had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Ah. So we're at trash. Can we get? Ah, stairs. Did not see you. Hello, if you break, I swear to God, I will kill you.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself.
As you can tell, the wind is terrible.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room.
Which
Until Mom
is
got him a
like-
job at the cannery.
Imagine having to sleep up here. Oh, I'm right. Why is this creepy music? Why is it saving? Right, I'm gonna find something I don't want to find. Ah, very tranquil.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Did it smell like flipping cocaine? I don't even know what you put in that to make the smoke. Ow.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
I can tell he died a lot.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself.
This was surprisingly difficult,
In
not
our
gonna lie.
sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
His mind began to... What did my mind begin to do? Okay, we're just gonna...
wander.
Oh. Oh. The door job as well.
I asked him to describe it.
Multitasking be
He said
like...
he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
Right.
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously.
Sorry, I'm
I
trying to
had hoped he'd find
focus.
himself.
Focus on the fish. Right, that. So I'm focusing on the labyrinth thing as well as the job.
But he found something more.
His hand in a blender. I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
I
swear I've got
worried
it.
about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss.
To get his hand chopped off. I know it, I think I've seen it.
But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
And kind of, you know, now we've got all of our followers. I think we're like the
starting
king.
a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger.
Oh, it sounds getting closer and closer to the
He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him. At all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
I guess we
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
So it's quite difficult.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis.
Louis.
Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Got to
Even
go.
as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Mother, go away. I have to cut fish. Or cut their heads off and put them on a conveyor belt. But it's always good fun.
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
Queen.
beautiful prince, handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents.
I don't know what this is. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's kind of... With the
He
fish...
followed the sound of her
Silver heart.
silver harp.
Oh, we got a fish.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Your Majesty, don't be
But
like...
he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
This is
For someone
quite...
who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Right, hang on, let me deal with these fish. Hang on, Your Majesty. Have you paid your rent? Oh, it's £985. Well, you have a very big palace, Your Majesty. Okay, thank you for supplying me with fish.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Oh. Right, where should I go this time? Are we the Duke or are we the... I have no idea. Should go back that way, see where it takes us. We can. Oh, I don't even know who we are anymore. I've completely lost track of the story. Right, no, I think I'm the prince.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Oh, we're gonna be...
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Hello? Excuse me? Guess we're gonna go up here
I
then.
still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Hello everybody, white-faced magicians.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
And oh my god, it's Molly! Thank you. Thank you.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Uniform on flake. Oh. Oh, you just
Then
know.
his head. rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother
That
was
was,
really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Enjoyable. Not enjoyable, just depression. So all you've got now is Dawn. We didn't draw Edie. Sanjay. So there's only a couple left. Then we finished. How amazing is that? Ain't that amazing? Anywho, guys, I've came up with a new idea. If you guys, if whoever's watching wants to become a moderator for the channel, you'll have to comment on 5 past streams, something positive. You're gonna have to turn post notifications on. You're gonna have to like those 5 streams. And once you've done that, I will pick 3 moderators. That is like so brilliant. Anyway, hang on, let me click back on the stream a second so I can get the comments up. 114. Oh guys, thank you for 114 subscribers. It sounds a bit weird saying 114. So yeah. Oh, and we got K. Alright, yeah, sorry, I forgot to shut it. Right, let's go to another dude's house. Oh.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
An Indian Finch. Not gonna say anything. No! Oh, you're absolute. Right, can we just walk out like we're in the place now? Take your time, love. When you're ready. Thank you. Up we go. Ah. Maybe not. Where the hell do we go from here then? I think we might have to go down. I don't think it is. Not unless there's a secret way of getting up there. Hang on, let's look through here.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Oh, there's a door! all the way up.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Sorry, I'm not talking that much because there's commentary. There's like every step there's a different little bit of commentary, so that's why I'm like trying to. Because some people like hearing what the characters have to say.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Oh, this is our room.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Right, let's go. Off we pop.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance, or that Edie had a key to it.
So we're gonna go in where there's said to be quite a few dead bodies. It's always fun.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
I don't know where I'm going. Swedish folk tales. The weird. Book of Sand. House of Leaves.
We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Aw, Edie.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
This is very
I guess
quite
I'm feeling this
strange.
now. Things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
So, who are we? Oh. We had boobs. And now we're a boy. I am confused. But I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Well, that was only a 30-minute stream. Right, anyway guys, that should be it for today. I will do a little stream, maybe on Fortnite, literally straight after this, so make sure you head over now. If you want to become a moderator, Oh, I yawned. I'm so sorry. If you would like to become a moderator, comment, like and comment on my past 5 streams. Subscribe if you haven't already, and turn post notifications on. And share the stream you liked the most. So thank you guys. I will see you over at Fortnite. Bye guys.